Hey all, Ryan here with another quick channel update. Um, First off, I want to start off. Boy, I can't talk today. I want to start off by apologizing that I haven't been able to get any videos up for the past couple of weeks. Um, I have been having just the universe hasn't been working with me. Um, to start, my big rig is what I used to do all of my editing on, and it has been slowing down very much lately. I really need to start doing the hardware upgrades on it um, in order to keep up with the heavy workload that it has to pull. Um, Another thing is I have filled up all of my hard drives, so for me to be able to do any recording is very difficult for anything more than about 10 minutes. So um, I haven't really been able to do much recording because I don't have any hard drive space left. That's difficult. They're cutting my hours at work even more, and I'm beginning to think that they're going to let me go. We have a new store director, and apparently she's very fire happy. She's really releasing the leash so a lot of people can get upgraded, but my problem is I need either an upgrade in pay or an upgrade in hours, and if I get upgraded to cashier or checker, which is probably not going to happen. So the furthest I'm going to get upgraded to from where I'm at right now is to a combo. So meaning I work as the utility clerk, the guy who pushes the carts and that, and I can step into a check stand when they need a checker available, when they need to open a new stand. Um, the downside to that is I get fewer hours and I don't get more than about 10 cents more than what I already make now. So basically they're cutting my hours and my pay. Um, I'm looking for a second job, which I haven't had any returns on yet. It's about that time of the week I needed to make more applications and put them out again. Um, I have retail experience that opens the door for me, but it's still a difficult thing to do in California is get work. Um, I had a couple ideas I wanted to run past you, the audience, uh, regarding the series that I do. One is I do want to start a series on an alternative lifestyle. I live a pretty standard lifestyle, big carbon footprint, and relying on the central grid for power and all that jazz. And I want to get a little bit more self-sustaining. And two, I want to start doing a series. One of my big hobbies is aquaculture. I love fish, and I love uh, I just love that whole dynamic. So I want to do a series. I'm going to be building some tanks and all that, and I want to do some series and some screw my tongue back in tutorials on that. And I also want to do some series and tutorials on disaster preparedness and that sort of thing. Um, and I want to do a series on my alternative lifestyle that I'm trying to live. Those of you that know me know that my family owns property in the town I live. Currently, I don't have access to that property. I'll keep it in a nutshell. My father's ex-wife is living there for reasons which I will not go into detail. And the house is back in Texas, which my dad and I are trying to pay off so that they don't auction the house. Once that's done, we're going to try and get his ex-wife evicted. At that point, then I will be free to move in and start renovating the house yet again, because I've already renovated it twice. And then I can really embrace the alternative lifestyle. Part of which is I want to build a greenhouse in the back. It's 2/3 of an acre, and my great-grandfather, I'm fourth gen to live in the house. Okay, I'm the fourth gen. It's been in my family for 4 generations. And my great-grandfather farmed the whole back, um, I guess you'd call it, well, it's 2/3 of an acre, the house is in the middle, so he's farmed that whole back um, half an acre, if you will. He's farmed it all. Now, it's desert now. The land is all dried up. There's nothing really left to farm out of it. And all the irrigation is gone and all that. And I don't want to I don't have the time to put the hours in that I need to maintain the plants. And pesticides and all that. I want to get away from all of that. I want to grow my food organically. So I want to build a greenhouse in the back, and I want to switch the house from full mains power to partial solar. The partial solar will cover the greenhouse with the associated pumps and fans and all that to the climate control and lights and all that jazz. Because I'm not going to do an ordinary greenhouse where you just put plants in dirt and they grow. No, that has a parasite problem. So my remedy to that is doing an aquaponic gardening method, using and for those of you that don't know, I'll make a nutshell explanation. Okay, fish produce waste just like humans do. Every animal that lives produces waste, byproduct. Plants take in waste, what we consider waste, as food, and they produce waste which we consider either food or oxygen or both in many cases. So the way aquaponics works is you have fish in a reservoir or a tank or a pond or something. They pollute the water. You pump that polluted water out onto a media such as rocks or gravel that the plants are planted on, and that they have something to grab onto, yeah? Or little pots even that sit in a pool of water, okay? You pump the water out, it goes into the plants drink it up, they get the nutrients from the waste product of the fish, the nitrates and that are toxic to the fish, and they use that as food and they grow. That produces food for you, and it also has the added advantage of filtering the water for the fish. So once the plants have cleaned the water up, taken the nutrients, you pump the rest of the water back into the pond, and the cycle repeats. So you're using fish to feed the plants, to feed you, to clean the water for the fish. It's a cycle, and it's self-sustaining. The only thing that is not self-sustaining about it is you need water. You need to add water to counter evaporation and the amount of water that the plants drink up. Now, I have a remedy for that, and that is collecting rainwater. Now, it doesn't rain very much in the desert at all. Duh, it's desert. So the house is a 3-bed, 1 1/4 bath. It's a really small place, but it has a lot of flat roof area. And I also intend to get one of those big 45-foot, or no, those big 90-foot metal storage containers and use it as a shed, and or a studio, depending on what I do with it. Probably a shed, because they get so hot, and they're metal. They're not very conducive to studio living, but I might keep spare equipment out there and the like, gardening stuff. So there's a little bit more roof space, and then the greenhouse. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the greenhouse yet, but I guarantee there's going to be a lot of surface area on the top, on the dome. So that leaves me to a lot of surface. Excuse me, I have indigestion. I haven't even eaten today, and I have indigestion. I have acid reflux. Gotta love it. That leaves a lot of roof surface area that'll collect water. So when it does rain, I can collect a lot of water very quickly, which will then go into gutters and down a tube into a storage container, a barrel. I intend to have a small solar panel by each barrel and a small water well, the type of water well you find in RVs. And that will keep the line, and that I just turn it on. It'll have a small lead acid battery next to it. You turn it on, and that'll pump the barrel dry. They can run dry without causing damage, because they are rubber. They're like pumps. They're like air pumps. They have a rubber membrane that sucks water in, and then they squeeze and push the water out. They're not very powerful and they're not very fast, but they do the job, and they're 12 volts, which is a big plus. So at each water well, or each barrel, once it fills up, the water well will come on, pump the water out into a big central tank, which I'll dig into the backyard, under the ground or thereabouts. And then I can have another pump there to pump the water out of there and into my greenhouse, and that'll also make for a good emergency water source in the event that we ever have the California big one. That is the big 8.0 plus earthquake that's supposed to hit California, because where I live, I'm right on top of the Andreas. Gotta love it. So I'm in earthquake territory, so that's a good method of having food, backup electricity, and backup water in the event that we had the California big one. And the reason, for those of you who are questioning, the reason for having all this backup is, well, when you have a big one, earthquakes cause damage. Yeah, so roads are going to be no more. Hey, the chicken's done. Um, Electricity won't be there because all the power lines above ground will be knocked over, and then all the ones underground will be all twisted and frayed, and the grids will be offline. You won't have natural gas because all the gas lines will be busted because they're metal and they're underground, and while the ground's moving, you're going to bend and break lines. You won't have water for the same reason. You won't have sewer for the same reason. So, you know, it's a pretty dismal. You hush. My phone. That's a pretty dismal picture that I'm painting. So this is a good way to be a little bit more self-sustaining. And my intent with this is to show everyone that you can be a little bit more self-sustaining, even if you live in a small apartment. I live in a very small apartment. This is a very small room that I'm standing in. The camera doesn't do it justice. Um, and those are my two aquariums that I have right now, and then a little desk over here where I do my where I can tutor and do that. Um, I'm currently working on moving some furniture, and the house is a major mess, so I'm not going to do a whole bunch of tour and all that and all the in-depth stuff. But yeah, and I'm going to do a bunch of small projects that are money saving yet very effective. And my intent with that is to make it available to anybody to do these small projects, even if you live, such as I do, in a small apartment. Now, I'm going to start these projects here at the apartment and then migrate them to the larger house when we manage to rescue the house. And I say when because we're going to be able to manage to rescue it. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. It's going to take a while, but we will be able to. So I assure you of that. I might even set up a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe to help me get these projects going, because if I get people who are willing to donate for the cause of doing the projects, I'll set up the Kickstarter. Get me some likes, get me some comments, that sort of thing. You know, message me, email me, freaking, if you have my number, text me. Let me know, hey, I'm interested in what you're doing. Is there a way I can donate? If I get enough people, I'll set up the Kickstarter or the GoFundMe. I've had a GoFundMe before. It didn't work out just because the project I was doing didn't get a lot of publicity. But this is useful for everybody. I soon hope to do a video, a little bit better professional video, such as me carrying around my phone talking, that will demonstrate why this is useful. And I'll have pictures and graphics and that sort of thing. That'll have to be later when I have some more hard drive space and I can afford real software to do editing and all that sort. But it'll happen. So there's a future plan of mine, and those will all go up on my main channel. I also probably maybe start a daily vlog. That remains to be seen. But if I get some publicity and I get some viewers and I get some likes, then yeah, by all means, I'll set up the daily vlog and that sort of thing. They're probably going to be very much the same as this, talking about current events, talking about plans, give me progress updates and that sort of thing. I might even do a house tour and that sort, and I might even do a big rig tour. A big rig tour meaning the shell that I use for editing. My puppy is getting into my clothes, sitting on the chair I haven't put away yet. Yeah, I'm tired and I've got a lot going today. So, that being said, last thing I want to bring up is I want to start up another 2 Minecraft series on different servers. One is a modded, kind of a mod sauce kind of package. The other is a PvP, player versus player. So once a month, I'll download a map, set it up, and we will do a series just on the PvP. Each session will have a different map, a different theme, different rules, that sort of thing. Depends. I gotta talk to everyone else. I gotta see if they're up for it. Who would want to be a part of it and that sort of thing. Where you build a base and you go and it's all out war and all of that. So that might be a running thing. That might not. That might be a once a month thing. Probably gonna be a once a month thing because the episodes will probably be about an hour long, if it all goes according to plan. So there's that, and then I want to do a modded server because I like playing Minecraft with mods. I also want to add another couple of playlists for different game series, and I might even do multiplayer gaming sessions with the Xbox or the PS2 or whatever. I got a couple of friends of mine who are very into games. I am not very into games, but there's that. and then I'll have my alternative lifestyle playlist as well. So look for some more content. Hopefully I'll get that started soon for you. But in the meantime, I do want to say I apologize for not uploading very much. I hope to start uploading at least a little bit, at least once a week, again, sometime soon. But I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video because I think my phone's filling up. I know I look horrible and I should just stay out of the light because I just woke up and I'm still tired. So with that, I hope you're all having a good one. Happy Tuesday if you're watching this on a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy whatever other day you're watching this on if you happen to be watching this on another day. Have a good one. Game happy. Be safe. Be awesome. Yeah. We'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.